Welcome back to the Las Vegas Raiders franchise on Madden 20, guys. We are in our bye week, and it couldn't have come any sooner. We are sitting at 5-4 on the season, coming off a big win against the Titans, 45-31. Let's take a look at our season stats so far. So far through the season, Derek Carr's thrown for 1,745 yards, 15 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He's completing 65% of his balls, averaging just about 194 yards a game. He has been sacked 17 times. DC has had hot and cold games, man. We're relying a lot on our run game, so it takes the pressure off of him. He did get pulled in place of Chris King. He finished 8 of 13 for 107 yards and actually led almost a comfort behind victory if Daniel Carlson didn't miss a field goal. Listen, DC, we knew he was going to regress. He's getting older. He's on the last year of his contract. It's going to be interesting to see in the offseason what we decide to do. On the ground, Josh Jacobs is having another monster year, 1,322 yards, 8 touchdowns. He's carried the ball 216 times, though. He's averaging 147 yards per game, just over 6 yards a carry. Listen, Josh is our workhorse. He is our offense right now. He's the one who opens up the pass game for us. We signed him to a long-term deal, and we're excited to have him be a Raider. His backup is Aaron Ridley. He's having a down year, even though he missed a couple of games this year. 34 carries, 166 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I want to see A-Rid get going here in the second half of the season. We need him. We need his legs. We need him to relieve Josh. We don't want to get Josh hurt. These two are going to be a 1-2 punch if we make it into the playoffs. Out wide, Hunter Renfro's leading our team in catches with 38. He's got 341 yards, 2 and 3 touchdowns. All he does is catch first downs, man. Look at his average yards per catch, 9 yards per catch. But he is a great safety valve for Carr, and he's making catches. Shout out to Chris Blythe. He stepped into the number 1 wide receiver role. He's caught 35 balls for 552 yards and 9 touchdowns. He's having a great season so far. We just need him to stay healthy. He was dinged up a little bit this year, but he's doing his thing. Another player that's doing his thing is Damian Ratley, our third down back, 27 catches for 323 yards and a touchdown. He's reliable, man. We moved him from wide receiver to the third down back position because he has great hands and great speed, and he's showing it off. Terry McLaurin, his second year in the offense, 24 catches for 239 yards and 2 touchdowns. We made him wide receiver number 2. He really hasn't shined through quite yet, but I'm expecting big things coming from him in the second half of the season. Same for our guy, Darren Waller, 23 catches for 376 yards. No touchdowns on the season so far. That's a little bit concerning, but again, I think in the second half, he'll be a focal point of our offense. Taking a look at our offensive line, Michael Bennett has given up 4 sacks. So has Brandon Sheriff. Rodney Hudson giving up 3 sacks this year. Joe Thuney giving up 2. And shout out to Trent Williams, only giving up 1 sack so far. This offensive line, they're playing solid. They're opening up great holes for Jacobs to run through. But 17 sacks on the season. We got to get better in that pass block. Moving to the defensive side of the ball, Jonathan Abrams leads the team in tackles with 72, followed by Ulysses Gilbert III. And then you got Terrell Conley. He's got 60. A.J. Boye has 39. Carl Joseph with 35. And Daryl Worley has 33. Our defense has been bend, don't break, but they've been getting torched the last few games. Chris Carson torched us. Charlie Brooks torched us. It's just been a tough go for this defense, and we got to tighten up. One place I think we really need to get better is on the defensive line. Max Crosby has 5.5 sacks on the season. DeAndre Walker at linebacker, 4 sacks on the season. Cleveland Farrell, 4 sacks this year. Paul Davidson, 2.5 sacks. And then Braden Holly has 2 sacks. That's not enough, man. In the turnover department, Terrell Conley balling. 5 interceptions on the season. A.J. Boye has 2. Gilbert has 1. So does Joseph Worley and Mike Collins. A name that you do not see up there is Garyon Conley. He's a shutdown corner on the other side from Boye. They really don't test him too much, but we got to get him up, man. The secondary is too good not to have more interceptions. In our kicking game, Daniel Carlson having another strong season, man. He's 15 of 16, on field goal attempts. His long this year is 56, and then he's perfect on extra points. The only field goal that he has missed so far is against the Chargers, and it was the game that we could have won if he would have made that field goal. Johnny Townsend's having a solid year, man. 12 punts, 594 yards. He's averaging just over 43 yards a punt. He's got 2 inside the 20 and 2 touchbacks. And our return game, man, is disappointing. Jordan Paxson has been hurt for most of the season. We were expecting big things out of the rookie from Grambling State. We signed Troy Apke. He's been okay. Benjamin Northrop has got some touches at kick return. But we have to find somebody that can come in and fill Jordan Paxson's role while he's hurt. I think Paxson is going to be a dynamic returner once he is healthy. Same thing in the punt game, man. Chris Blythe is back there. Sometimes Damian Ratley's back there. But we're waiting for Jordan Paxson to come back healthy, and he'll be returning punts and kickoffs, and I think he's going to be something major, and he's going to be a great weapon for us on offense. So taking a look at the standings in the AFC West, the Chiefs are sitting up top, 6-2 on the season. They're on a 4-game winning streak. Then you have the Broncos. They're 5-3. They just lost their last game. Then you have us sitting at 5-4. And then the Chargers, they're coming on strong, man, winner of their last 3. This is probably one of the most competitive divisions in the NFL. I think it's like a 1-game or maybe a 2-game lead in the division. We play the Broncos twice. We already wrapped up our series with the Chiefs and the Chargers. So we could move into second place, and we just have to hope that the Chiefs somehow choke the rest of the season. Talking about the rest of the season, we've got a tough stretch here, man. We take on the Colts next week. Then we have the Jaguars. Then we take on the Broncos for the first time this year. Then our rivals, man, the Texans. They have to come to Vegas and play Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, and the boys. They beat us in the playoffs last year. We're going to be looking for revenge. Then we hit the road for 2 Sunday night games back-to-back. We're taking on the Bills and the Broncos. And then we wrap up the season against the 49ers. I could see us running the table. I think our tough matchup is going to be the Texans. But the Broncos last year, they kind of scorched us. Teddy Bridgewater had big games against us. But like I said, I can see us running the table, man. Hopefully we can run the table, finish the season like 12-4, 11-5, and sneak into the playoffs. So as you can see, Jordan Paxson's down for 3 more weeks with a broken collarbone. It's been a rough start for the rookie, man. He started off the season hurt, came back, played maybe 3 quarters, and got hurt again. Hopefully he can come back healthy. We're going to need him for the rest of the season, especially going into the playoffs. I think he can be a dynamic returner for us, and we look forward to him coming back. We're looking ahead to the offseason already. We've got some big decisions to make. A lot of players on 1-year contracts. Starting off, Trent Williams, he's a 91 overall. But like I said before, he's getting up there in age. He's going to be 35 next season. And he's already starting to decline. He wants a 1-year, $15 million deal. I think that's just a little bit too rich for our blood. Rodney Hudson, the same with him. He'll be 34 this next season. And he's looking for a 1-year, $11 million deal. I'm still up in the air about bringing him back. I think he would still be a solid player. But as a 90 overall, going to be 34 next year, I can see him dropping down to maybe like an 87, maybe 85 even. Linval Joseph has done a great job coming in and playing D tackle. I doubt that we bring him back next season. He's been a great fill for us, but $4 million on a 1-year deal. And he's already 76 overall. He'll be 34 next year. Probably won't be bringing him back. Perry Nickerson's done a great job on special teams for us. 95 speed, 79 man coverage, 73 overall. He's looking for a 1-year deal. Just under $2 million. I'm going to think about that one, too. We've got some players that we need to resign before we can bring him back. Troy Apke's on a 1-year deal. He will not be back next season. Jamarco Jones, I'm up in the air about him. He's a great backup, solid backup for us. We might bring him back. I'm just not sure yet, man. He's only a 67 overall. Then we have A.J. Boye. This one's going to be tough. He's an 84 overall right now, 89 speed. He's done a great job in zone coverage for us. But a 1-year deal for $11 million, I doubt we'll be able to do that. That's a little bit too rich for a 32-year-old cornerback. So here's where things get interesting. Derek Carr, he is a free agent this year. He's asking for a 2-year contract worth $46.7 million. He's a 79 overall, and he's getting worse. I don't know if we'll be able to bring him back. What I'm thinking is we might sign him to the deal right now, and then the offseason trade him and try to get a pick or another player for him. But that deal that's a hefty deal, man. We want to bring back Max Crosby. We sent him a deal. He declined it. He said the money was a little bit too low. I'm going to have to play hardball with him because I don't know if that $11 million for 2 years is really worth it. Trayvon Mullen, another great player for us, man. He's doing a great job on special teams. He can cover too. 3 years, $7 million. We'll probably end up bringing him back. DeAndre Walker, I'm up in the air about him as well. 2 years, 6.6, not that bad. Might bring him back, but we are looking to upgrade that left outside and right outside linebacker position. Damian Ratley, 3 years, 7.7. I like him as a third down back. I don't know if I like him that much for $8 million over 3 years. So, it just depends on how we're feeling with the other money. Rhett Ellison will be gone next year. Titus Green, we might bring back. Joey Bush is gone. Nick Morrow might not come back. Foster Moreau might be gone. EQ Brown might be gone. And these other two guys, Sethan Carter, our fullback, he's doing a great job. I might bring him back for another 1 year deal. And then Brandon Parker, I'll probably let walk. So that's what our free agency is going to look like. Let me know down in the comments what you think we should do. Should we sign Derek Carr and then trade him at the end of the season? Or do you think we should hold on to him and let Chris King still grow? So it's time to look at the draft this year. A lot of names that you will be familiar with if you've been following the channel for a while. First up, Caleb Causey from Grambling State is in this draft, and he is going to be a monster. 6'6", 265. Let's scout him and see A- tackle, A- finesse move, and A- hit power. I would not be shocked if he is the number one pick in this draft. Another player we have our eye on is Grambling State corner Brent Stovall. Now, when he was at GSU, he was a lockdown. You can put him on one side of the field, and he will lock that side down for you. He is in this draft. A- man coverage, B+ press, B zone coverage. He is a stud, and I'm excited to see what he's going to be like. 6'3", 190, 21 years old. If we can trade up, find a way to get into the early first round, Brent Stovall might be our guy. Another guy we have our eye on is Kari Lauderdale, the corner from Houston. He's projected to be an early first rounder. He's got B+ press, B+ zone coverage, and B awareness, 5'10", 205. Here's another Grambling State player. This is right outside linebacker Eric Sellers. They have him projected going to fourth round. He's got B tackle, C+ block shed, and C+ pursuit. Now, Sellers didn't see a lot of time at GSU because of the players that were ahead of him, but he is an interesting talent, 6'1", 240. If you're a team that's looking for a middle linebacker, it gets no better than Brandon Ginn, the captain of the GSU defense. He's 6'4", 242, A- tackle, A- pursuit, and A- hit power. He led that GSU defense for 4 years? He was there for 4 years. He was perfect at GSU. So it's going to be interesting to see who ends up picking him up because they're going to get one hell of a player. Here's another GSU player. This is Shane Henry, the D tackle from Grambling State. B+ block shed, B+ power move, B- tackling. We're not in the market for a D tackle right now. I think that's one of the best positions that we have on this team with Paul Davidson and Braden Holly at that position. But if you're looking for a D tackle late, Shane Henry might be your guy. Caleb Causey got a lot of looks while he was at GSU, but his line mate, Nick Sellers, was a name that people started to really get to know. He's a third-round talent with A- finesse move, B+ pursuit, and B+ tackling. On the offensive line, Marcus Berry from GSU. He's a third-round prospect, A- impact block, A- lead block, and B pass block. He started all 4 years at GSU at right tackle. He could be a solid offensive lineman in the NFL. Here's another Tiger, Chris Murphy, the left tackle from GSU. B+ pass block, B+ impact, and B lead block. They have him going to the 6th round, but he has second-round talent. We are looking for a new left tackle to replace Trent Williams. Chris Murphy could be that man. Here's another wideout from Grambling State. This is Will Carter. He is 6'1", 201, B+ catching, B spec catch, and B medium route running. Carter was used more like in the slot while he was at GSU. Didn't put up some huge numbers. He came out early, so second-round talent. He could be a steal for some team. So here's a look at our draft board so far. Kari Lauderdale, Perry McDowell, a strong safety from FAU. He's got some solid traits. He's going to be a fourth-round talent. Tavon Averill, another strong safety. He's got third-round talent. Braden Hardy, the strong safety. We talked about Chris Murphy. We talked about Brent Stovall. Another corner that I'm looking at is Matthew Harris from Tennessee. He's got third-round talent, B- press, B- zone coverage, and C- play rec. I've added a lot of corners to this board just because I'm looking to replace A.J. Boye going into next season. Here's a linebacker that I'm really interested in, Evan Fulcher. He plays middle linebacker, but he might be able to move to the outside. He's got B+ tackle, B+ pursuit, and B+ hit power. They project him to go in the 5th round, but he has first-round talent. Another middle linebacker we're looking at is Samuel Bradshaw. Again, he might be able to move outside, 6'1", 234. Fifth round projection with third-round talent, B+ tackle, B pursuit, and B- hit power. And that's really it. We don't have a lot of holes that we need to fill. My main concern going into next season is left tackle, corner, and maybe a strong safety. And the free agent class really isn't looking that strong, considering that a lot of people have re-signed big deals. Like I was looking at DeAndre Hopkins, maybe picking him up this offseason. No way. He signed a mega deal to stay with the Texans. But you never know. Somebody might decide to walk out of their contract, and that's what we're hoping for. I would really love to pick up a solid, strong safety. Carl Joseph is starting to regress a little bit as he gets older. Mike Collins, free safety. That's what we like to see. Keep bumping him up, man. When he gets a +1, we're going to add it to his zone coverage, bumping him up to a 74 overall. This is a good upgrade, man. +1s across the board. Agility, awareness, play rec, strength, and zone coverage. So we are in week 11 and getting ready to take on the 3-6 Colts. Andrew Luck and the boys welcome the 5-4 Raiders to town, man. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new. Don't forget to ring that bell. Join the Noti Squad. Hit those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, and IG. And we'll talk from Lucas Oil when we take on the Colts. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.